Hello, and welcome to SPS Unscripted Personal Journey Episodes. These episodes aim to offer natural flowing monologues, which allow insight into our personal journeys from diagnosis, medications, stem cell transplants, interactions with medical staff, family life, but most importantly, sharing our autobiographical narrative in the hope it helps other Lindsays and Ems out there living with a rare disease such as SPS. Today, in episode 1, we listen to Lindsay's personal journey.
I'm here in my bedroom, looking at the candle, just having some downtime, relaxation, switching off from the world and everything that's going on in it, the chaos of life, a life with SPS. And on reflection, thinking about my journey, I spoke to my husband this evening and I said, how do I share this? How do I tell my story? And he said, my love, just be you. So here I am, unscripted, not even one bullet point. And thinking, where has the last 14 years of my life gone? And how have I gotten to where I am now? And it's been quite some journey. There has been tears, there has been laughter, there has been triumphs, there has been failures. But let me take you back, although I'm not one for looking back. But obviously, to tell a story, you need to start at the very beginning. So, 2009, I gave birth to my third child, my precious, precious, beautiful baby boy. My heart smiles just thinking of that day. And my little family was complete. 2 girls, 1 boy, a beautiful husband, a home, one of our own that we'd bought a few years previous, a university graduate, and life was just about to begin. But then it didn't. Then my world shattered. My baby boy, just a few weeks old, putting him to bed, 5 o'clock in the morning after a feed, just popping him back in his cot for another hour. You know what it's like when you're a mum with young babies, young toddlers. You'll give anything for an extra hour. And then, I had a newborn, a little girl who was 2, and my eldest, God bless her, I can just see her face now. She was 9, so quite an age gap, but such a beautiful, complete family. So my husband was just getting up for work. I was just popping the baby back down for another hour whilst our girls were still sleeping. And something happened in my back. I lost the use of my legs. I dropped to the floor. And that was when life changed forever. It was nothing slow about what happened to me. There was nothing, steady to where I could catch my breath in between of the spiral, the SPS spiral. It just came out of nowhere. Now, I know for many people, it can be a very slow progression. It can take a number of years to be diagnosed. But for me, I hit the floor in May 2009, and I was diagnosed with stiff person syndrome in 2011 in the March. So not long compared to other people who are going through or have been through the diagnosis of SPS. So I'm really grateful for, that the specialists were on the ball, because within the 2 years before the confirmed diagnosis of SPS, it was a whole host of craziness, almost, in respect of, first of all, I was told it was postnatal depression. Then I was told it was CFS ME. I was told with that diagnosis of CFS that I would get better within a year. And when I didn't get better within that year, I was told 3 years. But obviously before those 3 years were up, the symptoms, they had just, they were in a world of their own. They just, I was in a wheelchair. The house was being converted. Stair lift, wet room, all that kind of thing. It all happened very, very, very fast for me. And the SPS diagnosis in 2009. So with that, started, frontline treatment, diazepam and intravenous hemoglobulin. Very shaky start with the IVIG treatment. It was seen as a failure. I didn't respond well. So after that came plasmapheresis. So I had 4 separate rounds of plasma exchange. So 5 washes per round, so 20 washes. The results from that were variable. From one round, it did nothing. The second, it helped quite a bit. The third round, nothing again. Fourth round, there were some difficulties with the line, and it was felt that wouldn't be, an option for me, to have that procedure again, to keep trying with that. My symptoms, they kept progressing and progressing, and then they went full circle, the consultants, to going back to try an IVIG. So I think there was 4, maybe 5 different ones, different brands that I tried. Some didn't help at all. Some I had allergic reactions to, and there were 1 or 2 that then started helping me, dampen the startle response, which in turn would prevent or just the frequency of the spasms that I was having, because I was one of these the SPSs that ended up with full body spasms. So for me, IVIG, it held me for a little while, in regards to I was able to breathe more easily, move more easily, tolerate a little bit more of light, touch, sound, movement, change of temperature, emotional stress, that kind of thing. So for me, it was every 11 days I would go in and out of hospital for 3 days, and then that infusion needed to be very slow. I had to have pre-meds before each infusion to stop any reaction, because my body's just so sensitive. And then that continued. every three, so the 3 consecutive days. Sorry for the hesitation. The phone blinked with the recording. See, and it just the slightest thing. It takes my brain. It distracts me. So yes, every 11 days, 3 days in a row, and that was for a couple of years, and then that was no longer working. And I continued to progress symptomatically, and that is where the stem cell transplant came in. So that is a whole journey of its own that I can share if anyone is interested. And then following the stem cell transplant and the recovery of the transplant, it's not for the faint of heart. Am I relieved? Am I thankful? Do I have gratitude for that procedure, for the team having faith in me that I would make it through? Oh yes, every day I am grateful. Every single day, every moment of every day, I give thanks for the team believing in me and giving me the chance to have the stem cell transplant. I actually feel quite emotional just mentioning it to you, because it has helped control the full body spasms. So I see myself now as, someone who has SPS in their life, not someone who is trying to exist and hang on by her fingernails in the life of SPS. So I feel more in control now. I feel that I get to call the shots, even though SPS comes in and pushes me around every so often, I get to say, no, I'm living my life. I am living my best life. I am going to be the best version of myself, SPS, even though you make yourself known a lot of the time. And it's a journey. Since the transplant, the journey and the road of self-discovery has, it's been huge. It's been hard, but it's been a beautiful journey all at the same time. So after the transplant and recovery after the transplant, with that came my body reacting against the prescription medication that I was taking, and I was on a cocktail, a massive amount of benzos and opioids and all the other colourful things that were given to me to help me with pain and symptom management and to control, the full body spasms. As they look very seizure-like, some of them, some of the ones that I was having, and needing oxygen, at-home oxygen and all that kind of thing. So this mix of medication in my system, it wasn't serving me, and it turned on me as opposed to help the symptoms. It was making them worse. So I needed to taper off all these meds. And again, that's another story in itself. It was a whole beast of its own. So currently now I am unmedicated. There is just me, and the SPS that makes itself known. But all is well. I live a tailored life, a very, very quiet, tailored life. And that I can share in future podcasts with you. But for now, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a background to let you know when I am talking about things all joyful, with a happy heart, from a place of light and peace and calm. I'm talking from a place of having walked the SPS journey from the beginning to the end almost, and now back again. So, dear souls, I think, just in closing here, to say, with hope, there's life. And it is a beautiful life. It truly is. Despite the trials, the tribulations, the challenges that SPS brings into one's life, it can still be one of great joy, of great accomplishments, of value, of being of service to others, to having a happy heart, to having a calm mind, despite the physical chaos that SPS causes. So for now, I will say goodbye. I will send you lots of love. I will send you all things beautiful and joyful. And I will catch up with you in one of the other podcasts with my dear friend. And I hope this has helped you get to know me a little bit better and understand my journey with SPS and how I have arrived to where I am today.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. We would love to hear from you. You can find us on Facebook, SPS Unscripted Podcast. If you would prefer to DM us privately, then do so with the Facebook Messenger app. We're also over on Instagram, SPS Unscripted Podcast 1, all one word. A gentle reminder, we are not medical professionals. This content is reflective of personal journeys where we follow advice from our medical teams, and we strongly advise that you always consult your medical professional for advice.